My name is Jason Pierce. Several years ago, during one of my senior internships, I was given the opportunity to volunteer at the local preschool in my small town. One day, as I was watching them play, I really took notice to what they were doing. They weren't just playing, they were learning how to communicate, problem solve, and so much more. Moreover, they were also learning skills that would carry on with them throughout their lives. And that is where my interest in early childhood education turned into my future profession as an early educator. Today, I'd like to discuss with you what early childhood education is and what it really takes to be a good early educator, as well as discuss why the early education field matters and why I believe I'm a good fit for the early childhood education field. Let's first go back and discuss what early education is and what it really entails. According to Goodwin University of Higher Education and the National Association for the Education of Young Children, early childhood education is a time period of learning from birth to age 8. During this time, early educators focus on developing children's cognitive, social, and physical development. Early education gives children opportunities to learn social skills like how to share, such as these children sharing toys, or develop their gross and fine motor skills, such as this young child learning how to go upstairs by themselves, or a child learning how to grasp a pencil so they can learn how to write. You may be asking, though, how does one accomplish developing these stages in children? Goodwin University states being adaptive, creative, and compassionate are all key elements to guiding children's developments in these areas. What may it look like to be adaptive in the early education setting? Being able to adapt your lesson plan so each child's developmental stages are met, or being creative in the ways you present your lessons to your students so they can develop it in each area. And most importantly, being compassionate to each of those child's development, lifestyles, stages that they're at, and guiding those students to that next stage in a compassionate, passionate way. Beyond the what and the how of being an early educator, the why it matters is an important topic to discuss today as well. One could say early childhood education is important for many reasons. However, according to Dr. Jessica Alberto, academic program director for the BA in Early Childhood Education Development at National University, this time of children's life is when they first learn how to interact and learn and develop skills that will carry on with them throughout their lives. And to me, that's why this profession matters. When children are given the opportunities and skills to be successful at a young age, they are better able to be successful later in life. Now, I do believe I have those qualities I mentioned before and the passion you need to help each child reach those developmental stages. I think it's important for me to reiterate in more detail why early childhood education is a fitting choice for my future profession. What were those qualities again, you may be asking? Those of being adaptive, creative, and compassionate are all qualities I believe I have. How? Well, I believe that an educator needs to be able to adapt to each child's needs and skills so to help them reach each new stage they need to reach. And being creative in how you go about helping each of those students developmental stages is important too. Not every child develops and learns the same way. So finding interesting and different ways to develop those stages is a key component, in my opinion, to an early educator. And finally, I feel I am a very compassionate person already in my career with working with children to help them reach those stages. So that leads me to believe I am a good match for the early childhood education field. And with that, as I conclude today, I hope you gained a little bit more knowledge of what early childhood education is and what it takes to be a good early educator and why it matters. Along with, I've left with you with an impression of why I am a good fit for this profession. And remember, early childhood education is more than it may seem. Play is learning in the eyes of young children. Thank you for your time. That was not good.